I know he's dead. Seems as good a time as any to close the file up, doesn't it? Yes. Yes, okay. Well, how about the fellow that worked on the case? Yes, okay, sir. I wish you lot didn't read newspapers.
What lot?
Civil servants. That was my commander. The Treasury people have been on to him about this fella. Now, he died in stir last week. They want to make sure he's really dead.
What did he do?
A bit of engraving from time to time.
Swain. William Swain?
Right. I don't know what the fuss is about. The fella was only a part-timer anyway.
Your blokes practically ripped the place apart when we were here.
Well, that was when your boss was nicked. He's dead now. You know that, don't you?
And they talk about South Africa.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Well, he did die in prison, didn't he?
Of a dicky heart.
You knew his heart was bad, otherwise you'd never been on to him, would you?
If he did the job.
You're Fred Manners, aren't you?
You got it.
And you don't think your boss did the plates?
Might have done him as a joke. He wasn't bent, not Billy Swain. Worked with Billy 25 years. Knew him better than his old woman did. Straight as that. He weren't no forger.
Is Nick in?
No. Is it important?
Yeah, this Swain business. I've had a look at the plates he got copped with.
Yes.
I'd like to have a word with him about him.
I don't think he's that concerned about that case.
He should be.
He was picked up with the plates in his briefcase, and don't think anyone put him in there because he had the attack at a bus stop and we got 3 witnesses to it.
Well, he's dead now and it's all over, so why bother?
All we found were the engraving plates.
So?
What we didn't find was any funny money.
That's who worked in there. Every day, 7 till 2. And that door was locked all the time. You wanted him for anything, you knocked, mate, and you waited until he saw you. I've been here 10 years, and I bet I've not been in his workshop half a dozen times, right, Fred?
We've all got our ways.
I'm getting at is, he's about the most secretive man you ever met.
He was the best engraver in the business. And if he hadn't been that, he'd still have made a good living. See those locks on that door? He didn't have them put in. He made them. And I'll tell you, it'd take you a few days to open them without the right key.
He was brilliant with his hands. A genius.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Hello?
That material's come through from F Division. I'm sending it down to you.
What stuff's that?
For the destructor.
Oh, that. Well, listen, can it wait until tomorrow? Only I'm busy on this job for Nick.
I want to get rid of it today. If you can't do it, you'll have to get Bob to put it in the strong room.
Well, it's only a load of old rubbish from them soccer match yobbos, isn't it?
It's not the sort of rubbish I want up here.
Okay, okay.
I'll tell Bob to bring it down.
Righto. Oh, listen, has Nick come back yet?
Inspector Lewis is still not here, no.
Stores here.
Some stuff for the destructor, Bob. You'll have to store it overnight.
Much, is there?
Not a lot, but I would like to get it out of my office.
If there is a load of funny stuff lying around, someone's going to get their hands on it. And what are they going to do with it?
Take it down to the old bill?
You sure? Is it what you do? What about you, Fred? If it's anywhere decent stuff, they're going to start spending it. I mean, even people like you and me, reasonably honest people, can be a terrible temptation. Then they get nicked and get a 10 stretch. And don't think they won't. Judges would sooner see a life taker get away with it than a hot money runner. And like I say, reasonably honest people.
Billy's wife?
What about it?
Well, if your lot didn't find any here, only other place it could be was with her, right?
Doubt it.
Well, how do you mean?
Oh, nothing.
You mean he wouldn't want to mix her up in it?
It didn't get on well, you know.
Oh, that happens in a lot of marriages.
Before he had his first heart attack, he was here 12, 14 hours a day. That's how much he liked his home life.
You met Billy's wife, have you?
No.
Haven't missed much.
Still Scotch and water?
Yep.
Been a long time.
Hell of a lot of work on. Room's changed a bit.
I got rid of a lot.
Billy's engraving's all gone.
Bedroom's much the same.
Good. Cheers. Look, Monique, I wasn't trying to give you the brush off, you know that. Let's take our drinks through, eh?
I told you on the phone it was urgent I saw you.
I like that. Urgent.
Bill's money.
What? What about it?
You said if I found it to let you know, remember?
Are you saying you know where it is?
I might.
Where, for God's sake?
Don't rush me. Let's be businesslike about this. For now. I received that yesterday. Anglo-Swiss Trust. Seems my husband had a safety deposit box.
You didn't know anything about this?
No, I wouldn't know now if the rental hadn't lapsed. It's addressed to him.
Got to be there. It's got to be. Let's have a drink. You're going to be a very rich woman, Mrs. Swain.
With your help.
Don't you worry about that. It's easy enough to get rid of horse money when you've got the contacts.
And you've got them.
I tell you, if the stuff's as good as the plates, we get half face value for it. Anglo-Swiss Trust. I don't know him, but that's no trouble. When can you get down there?
Well, that depends on you, doesn't it?
What?
Well, the box is in his name. They're hardly likely to give it to me, are they?
Oh, yes, they are. You've got power of attorney over his estate.
I thought that was so I could keep his business
No,
going.
that's why your old man signed it, not why I got you to do it. Come on, drink up. I'll run you down.
Have you got the key, then?
What?
Safety deposits. Don't you have to have the key?
Yes, but you've got it, haven't you?
I thought you'd have it.
I don't believe it.
Well, you arrested him, didn't you?
Very good.
What?
You. Every time I come in, you're working.
That's to cover my anguish at your not being here.
Well, I'm sorry I kept you waiting.
That's all I seem to be doing. Phil Strong wants to see you, all right?
Sure.
Hello?
Mr. Lewis is coming.
I'll be right up.
Something about that Swain file.
I wish I'd handled that case.
I thought it was unimportant.
Yes, but they did it all wrong. Two of them hammering the fellow with questions when he just come out of a heart attack. No wonder he kept stum.
Sounds as though you like him.
He's a clever man, by all accounts. Might even have taught Phil a thing or two.
Who's that?
Billy Swain.
Tell you what, mate, you're not far wrong there. Here,
Well, thanks very much. What's this for?
look at it.
Well, where the hell do you get this?
Not bad, eh?
Kate, come and have a look.
And if I had better inks and some of that nice paper that Waterloo's used, I'd have done a better job. But get a load of the engraving, look. I've had it under the scope every which way. I'll tell you what, mate, that's not as good as the real thing. That's better.
How many of these have you made?
Give over, will you? It took me half the morning to make that one. £5 for the morning's work. It's not bad, eh? It's more than I get for the job. Hey, what are you doing? You're just a vandal, mate. Do you know that?
I'll make out a P80 for the destructor.
Looks like you've already done it.
For the engraving plates.
You wouldn't destroy them and all, surely. They're works of art.
Nick, Mr. Lewis, those plates have got to be destroyed.
Did you notice that note wasn't numbered?
Yeah, they only got 12 colour plates.
Yeah,
didn't
but
they?
you see, with phony loot, whether they do it photolitho or copper plate, they do it for a big run. Now, we pick it up as hot money because all the notes carry the same number.
Yeah, we all know that, boss.
Yeah, but our old pal Billy Swain obviously didn't do it that way. Now, suppose he changed the numbers for, say, every 20 notes. Now, it'd be a big coincidence if two turned up together, wouldn't it?
You mean the money he made could still be in circulation?
Well, I spent some time at his workshop. He worked there 7 hours a day in privacy. Now, that's time to turn out an awful lot of notes, isn't it, Lewis?
That you, Nick? Eric Bullen here. How are you getting on with the paperwork? Nothing important. I just wanted to pull a few strings.
Well, not since I made Chief Inspector. It's against the rules.
I'll bet. Listen, old mate, it's about a file we sent across to you last week. Swain job? William Swain? Died in Brixton.
Oh, that one. What about him?
It's his old lady, his widow, now that he's passed on. She's after his stuff. It's only the gear he was standing up in when I nicked him, but anyway, she wants it back. Shall I send her along tomorrow?
Well, I don't handle that side of the business.
Oh, I thought you were in charge.
No, I'm just the dog. No, Miss Burton looks after the prisoner's property. Well, she's not here at the moment. I'll get her to ring you at your place when she comes in.
No, look, I'm phoning from outside anyway. I'll phone about 5, okay? Thanks all, mate. Bye.
I'm sorry about that, Kate. Swain's widow wants his stuff, but I'd like a look at it before she gets here. Do you mind?
Who was that?
Eric Bullen. He was in charge of the Swain case before it came here. Come on, Phil.
There's no hurry. I won't be able to issue Swain's belongings without proper authorization.
Well, she'll probably turn up with all the forms filled in.
The regulations are quite clear about property belonging to prisoners who died in custody. Unless he gave written authority before he died, or there is a court order, then we wait for probate.
We hardly ever bother with that, though.
This time we will. Rules are rules, aren't they?
What's a day? We waited 6 months. Come on.
So I just go down there and they hand me the keys, right?
No. You come and ask for me at the station first. You're all upset, dressed like you can't rub 2 halfpennies together. And then we go up to the super and you fill in a PP form. And then you go and copy his bunch of keys. Take a suitcase with you.
What for?
His clothes.
His clothes?
Yes. You take everything they give you. Even his dirty handkerchief if he's got one. I don't want Nick Lewis getting bright.
You don't know what you do want, do you?
You know, the lab's already gone through this lot. Don't think they'll have missed much. Are you after something special?
Just curious. Those keys?
You sound like it. He had enough of them, didn't he? There's a wallet, personal papers.
Well, the fellows who work there tell me he made his own locks and keys.
Oh, let's have a look.
That good enough?
Hang on a minute.
Look, I realise your admiration for the artist in metal is unbounded.
Nick, there's something funny here.
Sergeant Bullen, yes, Inspector Lewis told me. Will you be bringing Mrs. Swain? No, but it would probably be better if you did come along. Some of her husband's belongings are on a destruct order. It's normal practice. She particularly wants what? Workshop keys. No, only the court exhibits, the engraving plates. Yes. Yes, I'll be here. Goodbye.
So what's the mystery?
Hang on a minute, will you? Ah, thought so. I thought there was something funny about that lock. He made it.
Well, I told you he made his own locks.
Yeah, but see these keys?
Well, he made those as well.
Every face on these keys has been cut to an exact thou.
Well, that's precision.
But the keys are totally different. You can see it if you hold them together. Now, why the hell should a fella make 2 different keys for the same lock? And 2 keys that both work? Unless...
Well, it's very slight, but you can see it. What are you doing?
I'm going to check the wards inside this thing. See if anything got displaced, and then he would have had to make another key.
No.
Why not?
Well, he wasn't that sort of fella.
That's what I thought, but what else?
Where's the easiest place to conceal a key?
I can give you some funny answers to that
No.
one.
Say you find a door key in a lock and it opens the door.
They usually do.
Yes,
don't
but
they?
you'd never dream of trying the same key in another lock, would you? See, I don't reckon these keys are made for that case. I reckon that lock was made to fit the keys.
So, what lock were these keys made for?
If only we knew. Oh, is that the time?
5:30. Your colleague phoned, Sergeant Bullen. I've asked him to come in with Mrs. Swain.
Oh, yes.
You're not sending that file back to division, are you?
No, I don't think I will.
You seemed a bit anxious that Mrs. Swain got her husband's keys.
That was his case.
Was.
What do you mean, anxious?
I could have been wrong.
Oh, what time are they coming?
He said tomorrow about 10. Good night.
Good night. Phil, I've got a job for you.
You've said about 10 words since you came in. 10 words.
Sorry.
Here. I put some cognac in, all right?
Yeah, that's nice.
Funny. You weren't going to take this job because it was going to bore you to tears.
Did I say that?
You did.
Well, it gets interesting at times.
How's herself?
Who?
The vivacious brunette. What's her name? Kate.
Are we getting on a bit better?
Mother's bound to ask next time I see her. She takes an interest in you, you know.
Well, tell her it's serious, won't you?
I always tell her you're wedded to the job now. You are as well. Is this an old new case, or a new old one, or just an old one?
Yeah.
William Swain. Never heard of him. What did he do?
Very remarkable man, Mr. Swain.
Cleverer than you.
Now, who's cleverer than me?
Aristotle's well reckoned. Plato, Kant, Spinoza.
Oh, they're only philosophers.
Nobody brighter than philosophers, mate.
No?
No.
Oh. Well, all right, here's a little problem in philosophy for you. I know ethics, I suppose. Now, say you think someone is going to get involved in a criminal act, and you're in a position to stop him, do you?
Oh, of course you do. That's not ethics, that's common sense.
Well, even if the person you've got in mind is a sworn upholder of the law?
Oh.
Yes, you're dead right. Oh.
That stuff you locked up yesterday, the destructor will be ready this morning.
We'll be able to do it for half an hour or so. Still checking out that load of transistors.
11:30 will be all right.
Right, miss.
Well, ain't Mrs. Swain? Miss Burton?
Yes, it is. Mrs. Swain, would you like to sit down? Thank you. You, Sergeant?
No, I'm okay. Nick Lewis out?
No, I think he's in the building somewhere. Do you want to see him?
No, not important. He's no colleague of mine. I'll have to be moving on anyway as soon as we've sorted Mrs. Swain out. And here's the requisitions. Oh, and ask Mrs. Swain to bring a power of attorney along, just to be on the safe side. I've explained to her about the engraving plate. She quite understands.
Thank you. And the court order?
Court order?
All probative will to confirm Mrs. Swain's identity.
Look, miss, I was the arresting officer in the case. I assure you, this is Mrs. Swain.
I know, Sergeant. But the regulations are quite clear about deceased prisoners.
You civil servants. Is everything by the book here, Mrs. Swain? It's perfectly all right, miss. You refer any complaints back to my division.
I don't think that would please my admin people.
Well, that's proof of identity there.
But not the right one.
It's a power of attorney made out and signed by her husband.
Mr. Swain is no longer alive.
But I tell you, this is Mrs. Swain. It's her husband's stuff she wants. I can't see what the difficulty is.
Don't worry, Mrs. Swain. It shouldn't take more than a couple of days. It's a slight delay, but we have to abide by Home Office regulations.
Yes. Yes, I can quite see that. Could I perhaps have his keys, though? You see, I'm running the business now, and the men keep on to me for things.
Yes, I can sign for that. Right, miss?
No.
Look. I sent this stuff across to you last week. I can't keep coming over here to sort out this kind of thing.
Mrs. Swain knows where we are now. You can come on your own with the order.
Yes, miss.
Will you explain the procedure for getting the court order, Sergeant, or shall I?
I'm sure my solicitor will know. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Burke.
Goodbye.
Your colleague seemed a little bit eager-like then, didn't he?
You shouldn't judge people until you know why they're doing things, Phil. Now, I'm taking these 2 keys out with me. To say I find the 2 holes they fit. Am I going to take it on my toes with the money or not? You think about it.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah?
Nick, those keys. I'm not allowed to let them out of the building.
Well, I'm saying that I need them in the course of an investigation.
I think you'll find these good enough. Don't worry, I've checked them with the gauges.
Damn good job you didn't take to a life of crime.
What else do you think pays our wages?
If Phil Strong wants a recording of my voice, he can ask me next time.
I asked Phil to rig that.
That's what I thought. You heard?
Yes, and I don't think they'd have been so frank about it with me up here.
You gonna do anything about it?
Well, like what?
Quiet word in somebody's ear?
Well, they think I've gone balmy. What's he done wrong? He's helping a poor widow woman to her husband's effects, isn't he? Good PR stuff for the force.
He wants those keys. He wants them badly.
So the poor widow can run her late husband's business properly.
Is that what you think?
I think that if the temptation's big enough, there are very few honest men in the world. So what do? We remove the temptation.
You think you can in 2 days?
Was that all I've got?
The court order will go through easily enough. She is the widow. No other relatives.
Well, I better get my skates on. I'll tell you what else I was thinking.
What?
This fella Swain. The first heart attack he had was 5 years ago. Now, I'm just wondering whether it was after that he started going bent. Insurance for the wife in case anything happened. You know what I mean?
He could have been doing it all his life.
No, I got this fella's SP. He's gone into this game because he thought he had to. Now, if you get the computer to run through all the phony stuff that's been found over the past 5 years, all the little runs, that is, we may get a lead to where he was selling the stuff.
How's that going to help with the present problem?
Well, it's not. I need technical advice on that. What do you think of these?
What do I think of him?
Yeah.
Only thing I can tell you about them, they've just been cut.
Well, how do you know that?
Trade secret.
You know about keys, do you?
I worked with Billy Swain 25 years.
What kind of locks would you say they were for?
Good keys, those are.
Yes, I've been told that.
Keys like that, you don't need for your back door. Wouldn't pay you, see?
So what would you use them for?
You copied those from a set of Billy's, didn't you? I know Billy's work. You keep the plates in here for repeat orders. Know where they are, see?
That could be a double. Billy make this as well? Wouldn't have any tea in that pot, would you?
Yeah. You can have a cup.
Well, it looks as though we'll have to dig old Billy's garden up.
You'll have a job. Lives in a flat. Did, I should say. Mrs. lives there now.
Don't like her, do you, Fred?
Cow. Do you know what she did day after Billy's funeral? No, 2 days.
Well, go on.
Old Billy's dog lived here. Bought it when he had his first heart attacks, about 5 years back. Sort of guard dog, I suppose. Came in here 2 days after the funeral, says he's taking it down the dog's home. And Billy loved that dog.
Sounds a bit hard.
That dog was more intelligent than some people. I've seen him standing at the bus stop with Bill when I've been coming back from the pub at lunchtime. And I'll bet you he knowed what I'd add to the half pint.
So Billy took it home at lunchtime, did he?
That was the funny thing. She wouldn't have it in the house.
Well, he must have gone somewhere else.
2 o'clock every day, regular as that.
Well, where did he go?
Don't know. He You'd have to ask the old dog, wouldn't you?
Got put down last week.
Toddy!
Huh? Thought you said Toby. Toddy. Oh, I know the one. Yeah, he was due for the high jump tomorrow. This way.
Don't keep him long, do you?
Oh, big turnover. Out with the old, in with the new. Rotten, isn't it?
Oh, I suppose you can't get too attached to him in your job.
You like dogs, do you?
Yes.
You got one?
No, I haven't. Not at present.
If I were you, I'd go home, mate.
You got something against canines?
Not really. It's just, I live at home. Just me, my mum, 3 great collie dogs. Can't sit on a chair without getting hairs all over your best skirt.
Oh, is that bad?
I've had 3 blokes give me the Evo since Christmas.
Oh, well, you'll find another. Why did they?
There's nowhere in my drum you can do a bit of canoodling without Rover breathing down your neck.
Why do you work here?
Suppose you must like it, eh? This is Toddy.
Oh, he's got a cage on his own.
We put him in here special after you phoned. Governor likes us to cooperate with the old... with you people. Out you.
Hello, Toddy.
Looks like he's met the old Bill before.
That should stop you twitching.
I'm not twitching.
The solicitor said it's a formality. The day after tomorrow, almost certainly.
If it hadn't been for that bitch at the office.
What's 2 days?
I suppose give me a bit of time to arrange things.
What sort of things?
Getting rid of this stuff. You don't just take it to a shop and sell it, you know.
That'll make it Friday.
I'll pick it up from you as soon as you leave the place. Put it away somewhere safe.
After we've counted it.
What?
I said after we've counted it.
You don't trust me to give you the full whack, eh?
Should I?
I could take it on my toes with a lot, you know.
But then I'd call in the police, your colleagues.
You get yourself a big stretch, I'll bet.
Oh, I don't think I'd get a prison sentence.
Oh. You just gave me the money to knock out. That it? They believe that?
I gave you the money because I was worried, in case it was forged. They would believe that. So, we come back here, we count the money, and then you give me a quarter of its value.
Not if I don't get half price for it.
Oh, but you will. You said so. And I'm going to hold you to it. Believe me, I am.
Morning.
Morning.
Short of company?
Oh, this is Toddy. Toddy, meet Kate. Oh, I don't think he likes you. No, I don't think so.
I didn't know you had a
Well,
dog.
he's not mine. He belonged to a friend. Is Phil about?
He's checking something in the reference
Well,
library.
in the firm's time?
It's to do with the Swain case.
Oh.
We got those figures from the computer.
Did you?
Yes, and there is one pattern that stuck out a mile. We couldn't believe it at first. Have a look.
Royal Ascot races. Well, that's right. That's how it should be.
All the forged notes have been destroyed by now, but I got in touch with some people I know in currency, and they agreed that the standard of the engraving was exceptional.
Oh, that's him. And he put enough about as well, didn't he? Royal Ascot every year. What about this year?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing at all?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. When was Ascot?
I checked. He was picked up a good fortnight afterwards.
That doesn't make sense. He's put all this money over the tote counter at the races. Obviously expected to get it replaced. That means he's got to back winners every time, doesn't it?
Not necessarily.
No. Well, perhaps he was a racing pundit as well as a five-star engraver. Was he, Toddy?
I'm sure he'd know.
Oh, he does. This is Billy's dog. Well, what now, Toddy, hey? Come on. Oh, come on, Toddy. Do something for your living.
I didn't hear you. Hello, Toddy.
Don't speak to that phony.
Last night you were trying to work out how we could keep him.
I walked 10 miles this afternoon with that animal.
Oh, poor thing. He must be exhausted.
Well, what about me?
He didn't take you, did he?
No, that's exactly what he didn't do. Now, come on, Toddy, you're a good boy. Come on. Get me a drink, love. A large one.
Okay. Oh, I'll get it.
Do you think I could possibly see Mr. Lewis, please?
Oh, yes, come in.
Well, come on in, Phil.
In there.
Didn't know you knew my address. This is my daughter, Liz. Phil Strong. He works with me.
Hello.
You like a drink?
Yeah, if you've got a beer.
Cold?
Yeah, smash it.
So sit down, sit down.
Hey, I'm sorry to disturb you and all that. Well, Miss Burton told me about the pooch. I thought you might be off early with him. I didn't want to miss you, you know.
You got something?
Yeah, I think so. I've been to the library all day. It was actually, what got me was this Royal Ascot bit, you see. Because, oh, cheers. It seemed a bit daft for old Billy to go punting his money on a racetrack. It's a mug's game, isn't it? And he was no mug.
I couldn't work it out myself. Have you?
Yeah, I think so. But how much do you know about racing?
Oh, not a lot. I go sometimes.
And you lose?
Well, not always. I've had the odd win.
Right. See, but our mate, what he wanted to do was to change money, wasn't it? Now, if he'd have done it the usual way that the mobs do, firstly, he'd have only got half price or less. Secondly, he'd have been a known face.
So he crossed his fingers and hoped his GGs were going to come in.
No. He accepted a possible loss of 20% against a possible gain of 48%.
Well, how?
He backed odds-on favourites to a tote place. He took a load of bent dough down there and come back with the good stuff. Look, I've got it here. If he'd have done that over the last 4 years, he would have lost a little bit more than 3% of his outlay. But his outlay was in forged notes, wasn't it? Wasn't costing him anything. If he'd have backed every favourite to a tote place, he would have gone down 2 years running, but only 20%. Now, let's say he laid out 4,000 quid a race, and that's peanuts, I know I've checked. Well, he stood to take home 15 grand for the week's work. Not bad, eh?
Well, you got to be right. Smells like him all over. You know, I wish I'd known this fella. Putting him away would have been really something to boast about.
4 15s, 60,000 quid. Possibly more. You have no idea where it is?
Oh, I've got the keys to it, and that's all I've got.
Yeah, but you're not the only one.
He brought it round. Nice man.
I asked him to.
Right. Let's move.
Better if you phone first.
You think so?
I don't think the lady likes you. Just tell her I'm coming over on my own. I'll meet you later.
You know, you're right. Hello, Miss Burton. It's Sergeant Bullen here. Look, I'm sorry I was a bit brusque the other day. No, it's that Mrs. Swain. She's been on to me again. She's got the order you want, but she hasn't got your phone number, so I told her just to bowl in. That all right? This afternoon, about 3? Good, that's very kind. Thank you very much.
You realise who that was?
Got to be the widow.
Yep.
Swain engraving. No, I'm sorry, miss, he's left. Well, he might be back.
If he does, could you ask him to contact his office? It's very urgent. Thank you. He's not there.
So I heard.
You don't seem very perturbed.
Well, if he was here, all he could do is find out where she takes the keys.
Isn't that exactly what we want to know?
Yeah, well, I can do that, can't I? Like, if you lend me your car, I can hardly follow her on a bus, can I?
Oh, I haven't seen you for a bit, have we? Where's Master been?
You know Toddy, do you, man?
Oh, I used to see him on the bus every day. Where's his? I don't know his name, his owner.
No, I'm afraid he's passed on.
Oh, he wasn't that old, was he?
He has. Now, look.
I didn't think he looked older than 50.
He was 53.
Oh,
Now,
dear. Here. You know Toddy here. He knows this bus as well as the conductors. As soon as we turn the corner into Denning Road, he's down that steps and straight onto the platform. You know, don't you, Toddy? Oh, who's a good boy? Who's a clever Toddy? I go inside, I do. Nice to meet you.
I'll be going to the other. Oh, the stuff past Denning Road. Me and the dog.
That would be 20.
Thank you. Well, you've been very good so far, Toddy. So now tell me which one I press.
Hello? Who's there? Toddy. Toddy! Is that everything?
That's the lot.
Well, thank you very much for your help. You've been very kind.
Don't mention it. Shall I show you out?
Oh, no, that's all right. I'll find my way.
Just leaving.
I'm on my way.
Toddy! Oh, you're looking marvellous. Oh, Toddy, you do look well. Come on, little boy. Oh, it's lovely there.
Is that your dog, madam?
In a way. Come in, then.
I'm sorry to bother you. I'm a police officer.
Yes, I thought you would be. Come on in and sit down. I'll just put the kettle on.
Oh, I suppose you'd like something stronger, wouldn't you?
No, no,
Yes,
thank
I'm
you.
sure you
No,
would.
no, tea's fine.
Nonsense. Take your coat off and make yourself at home. Did you have a lot of trouble finding me?
Well, to be quite honest, I don't really know who you are.
Oh, that Billy. Secrets for secret's sake. There we are. Cheers. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
There, Toddy. Oh, it's lovely to have Toddy back again. Here, I will be allowed to keep him now, won't I? Unless I go to prison, that is. I'd been visiting this friend in hospital. That's when I saw Billy again. I'd not seen him for 20 years. 20 years, and we only lived 2 miles from each other. That's London. So I asked him how he was doing, and he told me about his heart attack. The first one, that was.
It was 5 years ago.
Right. So when he came out, we sort of took on again where we'd left off. Never had a cross word, did we, Toddy?
You know what happened to it?
Oh, I know everything about Billy. Never had any secrets from me.
You didn't help him with any of his work, did you?
Yeah, shouldn't you caution me before you ask questions like that?
Maybe I should.
Yeah. I know a little bit about judges' rules. Not as much as Billy, of course.
I'll bet.
Don't be sarky. It's a pity you never met Billy. You'd have liked him. You would, really. Here, have another drink.
No, thank you.
Oh, you married or something?
Not now.
Oh, so who's going to complain? Aunt Billy used to like a drop of vodka. Not that it mattered, because he and his wife, Monica, well, hardly had anything to do with each other. She used to like the young fellas. Does she still?
Well, I don't know. I never met the lady.
I think they got on all right, more or less. She wouldn't have Toddy in the house. I can't imagine people not liking dogs. Well, I've been rabbiting on for too long. Your turn now.
We're looking for some money, Mrs. Cruxley.
Kate Burton? Yes. No news. Where are you? You're quite sure? I suppose you just stay there till the briefcase appears and follow that. What else can you do?
He kept his promise and he didn't go to Ascot this year. I told him flat. Either he gave crime up or he gave me up. And he didn't want to give me up.
Yeah, but when he had the second heart attack, when he was arrested, he had a briefcase full of forged plates.
I know. He was taking them back to his workshop so as he could destroy them.
You sure of that?
On Toddy's life. That's right, Toddy. You see, he didn't keep anything like that in his shop when he wasn't using them. He had a safe deposit.
Did he now?
Well, he had two, really. One where he kept his plates, and the other for the special paper. He had an awful job getting the special paper.
Paper! A load of bloody paper!
Shut up.
Garbage!
Shut up!
I've got one more question to ask you, Vera.
I think you'd better have another drink first.
No, no more.
I think you should.
No, really.
Look, I know what it is you want to know, and I'm a bit embarrassed, really. Such a lot of money. He always had such luck when he went to the Royal meeting. Ever so lucky. Do you know, one year he came back with nearly £30,000.
So where is it?
Well, when I read he'd died, I thought, there's all that money. And it was all good money. Because he always checked the notes against his list. He used to get ever so annoyed if the tote gave him too many of his own notes back, because, well, he didn't like it.
I'm sure he wouldn't. Where's the money, Vera?
I had it here till last week.
So where is it now?
They, don't know where it came from.
Oh, now come on, Vera.
Heart research.
Heart research.
They're going to endow a ward with it, you see.
Very nice.
Well, it'll keep the name going, won't it?
Well, whose name?
They're calling it the, William Swain bequest.